Good morning, everybody. It's Susie with Create Your Canvas. Just coming on to do our Thursday morning painting. It's going to be loads of fun today. I am going to change it up just a little bit before I officially start the 12 paintings that go along with the subscription boxes. So anyway, so bear along with me. I'm needing a couple cards. So I thought I would paint a couple handmade cards. Be a little, a little different. Today I'm going to choose this one. These are the two. This is today and tomorrow. That I found and I loved. I thought they were beautiful, simple, straightforward, love simplicity, and they'll go nice with a couple thank you cards. So, all right. So I have my paper here and we're going to get started. And we're still going to use watercolors. So we're going to cut these up and I'm going to make a thank you card and it was super simple, I promise. All right, so get your coffee. We're gonna have a beautiful day. It is supposed to be beautiful today. I hear kind of iffy tomorrow, but tomorrow's tomorrow. We're dealing with today. So let's flip the camera real fast and we will get this party going. All right, so here we go. Now, these are the flowers that I like. You can pick whatever flowers you want. I found them on Pinterest. They're photographs, and I just made them a little smaller for my card because I need a couple thank you cards. So why not paint them on here and then I can mail them off. All right, so this is cardstock. I mean, not cardstock. This is watercolor paper, but it's heavier, heavy duty. So I'm going to... This is an old one that I did. I'm kind of just gonna snip so I know where I'm going. All right, so I'm gonna just cut here. You know, if I was a little bit better at planning, I would have already had these cut. But I'm not, so I'm working on it. I'm actually hoping, I think I'm gonna have a friend of mine be my virtual assistant and then maybe I'll do better. It's maybe. Don't hold your breath though. All right, I think I'm gonna use these watercolors. I'm not gonna just stick with just the primaries today, just because, well, because that officially hasn't kicked off yet, so. Anyway, oh, I have a mess. Here we go. So then I'm going to take my pictures. Okay, I think today I'm going to do this one. I love how the yellow is such a stark contrast to these. I don't know what kind of flowers they are, except they're beautiful. They're simple, straightforward flowers that aren't like crazy difficult. Petals don't overlap too much. I probably should have made it a smidgen bigger, but that's okay. No worries, because you know what? We can make it work. Okay, so like see how bright yellow these centers are? Amazing. I love them. So we're going to flip this over and do our handy dandy little graphite pencil. Okay, and just scribble on the back. We're just kind of making a way to make carbon paper so that we don't have to buy any extra stuff. I want this one too, I think. So this is probably right about here. Somewhere in there. Okay. And then we'll put this here kind of down lower to the left because I want to write thank you across here. And, you know, if you don't just absolutely love your handwriting, that's okay. You can print off something. I did not print off words. I'm just going to freehand it today. So I'm going to just use a pen. Just kind of go in here, trace out kind of what I'm thinking. Do as much or as little as you feel that keeps you comfortable. You know, if you want to freehand it, if your comfort level is to freehand these little things, great. I love it. Do what level you need. Okay, there's a little one here I want to kind of put in. I just, you know, you have to send out thank you cards every now and then, because isn't it nice to get like a little happy gram in the mail instead of always bills and junk mail? I mean, what is it with junk mail? I just don't get it. I don't even read half my junk mail. Okay, so something like that. And then I really like this one that's kind of like facing away. So there's a stem here. We're going to put these stems in. There's the back part of it. And then you have your pink petals. You know, we can improvise for this over here. Okay, and then I have like a little bud here. I don't even know if these are going to work. Okay, so remember, you can put in as much or as little as you need. Okay, this is not, there's no contest. This is a leaf. All right, oh, pretty good. Okay, the only thing is this one right here, I kind of didn't have it. So I'm going to take just a mechanical pencil and kind of just improvise. Like this right here is this part. You know, don't stress over it. Just kind of stick something in here. There's some petals going this way. Ta-da! See, no worries. And I'm going to leave this up here for me to just kind of pull back and forth. All right? So, here we go. All right. So these are the colors today I'm using. This is the Winsor Newton that I liked, but the funny thing is I like their paints, but I liked the pretty box. Is that not funny? Wherever my box went, I don't even know. Oh, here it is. I like this box better. That's actually why I went with this. This one, the one that'll come in the subscription box, is empty, and I have to fill all the pans, but it's, I don't know, I like it better. I'm all about things that are pretty. So here we go. I'm just going to use the one that I've been using wherever it went. That one's a big one. I don't know. It's somewhere here. Okay, so I'm going to use my handy dandy little number 6. Okay, get it wet. And I love this pinkish color, but we don't have pink. So we can make it though, because the Winsor Newton has white. And since we're not just doing primary colors today, it's all good. So I'm going to take white and put it here in the center thing. I think you can see it. Let's move this down. Okay, I'm going to put that here. Just take some water, get it to dissolve, stick it over here. Then I'm going to use this burgundy-ish color. Ooh, yes, I like it. It's not quite this color, but you know, this is a reference, okay? Now that we've done what we've created our pattern, now this becomes a reference. So if you wanted to make these red, make them red. If you want to make them blue, I mean, it doesn't matter at this point. At this point, it is solely reference points, okay? I'm just going to color in the petals. Now, if you remember right, this right here is yellow. Then this that we did right here, this is a lot darker. So I'm going to actually start out here with the not so dark color. I'm just plopping in the color. Then I'm going to add a little water to my brush because I want to smooth this out. Just kind of lighten it up around this edge. Don't worry about your pencil lines. They'll be fine. We're all good. This right here is this. Okay. Kind of going to go in and put my pink in first, okay? Then we're going to change it. Remember, I'm all about just plop in colors, okay? Don't spend time analyzing it and going, oh my gosh, I got to get clear to the line. Don't worry about it. Just stick the color in. Have fun. Relax. This is our morning to just take a deep breath, let it all out, and just decompress. Okay? This is not the serious part of our day. I'm going to take this little bit of darker. I'm going to take the dark color. I'm not going to put this right on here. I'm going to mix it in here to bring the color a little darker. And I'm just filling this in. You need a little bit more water because it's nice when they just kind of blend and mold together. Okay, now that I have that color in, I want to add more water. Put it over here. And remember, I always just use the tip. I mean, if you wanted, you could actually use a smaller brush. Whatever you have on hand. The big thing is don't use your watercolor brush with the acrylics, okay? All right, I'm gonna dry my brush off just a little. After I'm gonna kind of pull this back because I want to, okay? Because there's a lot of paint water here. So I'm just soaking it up and then washing my brush again. And then out here, I'm just gonna take a clean brush and kind of pull this to the edge, pull this away. See, no worries. It's a process. Just trust the process. No worries. That should be like your motto for the rest of the year. No worries. Okay? It's just paint. No worries. Worrying never gets us anywhere anyway. Trust me. Been there, done that. All right, I'm going to take just a little bit of this color. And while it's still a little wet, right where my yellow is going to be, I'm going to come in here and kind of outline it with this dark, dark red. Because remember, if you work in layers, you will learn to love these watercolors. But you have to be somewhat patient, just a little. I'm going to get a little more water on here. So really, really close, just because it's going to make your yellow really pop out. And then I'm kind of going to go around and just outline my petals just a little bit here and there. Remember, little dinky, little, like just, I'm barely touching. Just touch, 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 touch. Come in here. Remember, this is your decompressing time. This is where you're starting your morning off with a little bit of happiness and cheer and you time. I'm a mom, so I understand that, you know, we tend to forget that it's important for us to be, it's important for us to have some us time. It's all about the kids. I mean, my son's gonna be leaving here soon and everybody's like, oh, you're gonna be an empty nester and you're gonna be so excited. I'm not necessarily excited. I'm not like panicking quite yet, but okay, so I'm gonna put this down here because I didn't do this one at the same time. Usually I do the same. I try to do the same thing on each one so they kind of look the same. But they don't have to because they're flowers. Anyway, you need to just take this time for you. All right, I'm just pulling up some of this water. All right, because see the difference? Like here, right here we have the light color that we started with, this middle color that I've kind of pulled up some of the water, and then this really intense color in here is gonna really make our yellow pop out. Okay. Sorry, I need a... So this one is gonna be amazing. And this one we're going to make it amazing also. So we're gonna take just a little bit of that darker color, just a little. You don't want a lot. Do you see how I just have a little bit in here and then on occasion I kind of outline a petal? It's not outlining every petal. This one and this one and this one tend to be in front of the others. So if they're in front, I try to outline them just a little. This is a time where you can just, you know, tap, tap, tap in some pretty intense color. You still have to make sure that the water's, that it's, you know, dissolved. So you still have to have water. It's not like acrylic, so you can't just, you know, just keep doing it. You gotta add water. And then on occasion, like this petal's in the front, so I'm gonna put a little shadow here beside it. This one's in front. Just a little. Little goes a long way in making this look really beautiful. Just tap, 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 tap. Okay, and then out here, gonna kind of pull some of this in. I'm just blending it in. Come clear out. The thing is we're gonna do a background that's pretty intense, pretty green. So it's really gonna make your flowers pop out after that too. Kind of like, you know, pop like popcorn. Haha, just kidding. Not really like popcorn. Okay. Now, let's add some water to our yellows. Get them to really start working out their colors. Get them to dissolve. Okay, now, I'm gonna put this color, there's two different shades of yellow in mine. If there's not in yours, that's fine. But I'm gonna put this down here, and I want the darker to be at the bottom. Remember in our photo, like everything, that the light is up here and the dark is down here. So down here, if the light is shining down, then the bottom underneath is gonna be darker, a little less bright. Okay, so I'm gonna put this color down here at the bottom. And it's okay, but it is blending. I got a hold of my red. So just pick that back up. It's no big deal. No worries. We're gonna put a little yellow here, but it's gonna get green because this is not the yellow, this is green. Okay, and I'm gonna take some of this bright yellow. Okay, put that in here. I'm gonna wash my brush. I'm gonna take some white and put this in here to finish out this top. All right, now I wanna give a little bit more shadow down here. So I'm actually, I don't know what color. I think I wanna use this color. Or you can use like mix yellow and brown together, but I have raw sienna here. So I'm gonna put a little of it down here, and I'm just plopping it in and let the water blend it in, okay? No worries. Okay, so we're gonna let the water blend that. Ta-da. All right, that's good. Get our greens. Oops. Blended them together. All right, I'm gonna take a little green. Remember, this is watercolor, so don't feel like, oh my gosh, you know, it's not as sharp and crisp as mine, but it's not designed to be, okay? I love the fluidness, and I used to not like, honestly, watercolors were my nemesis. Every time I would try them, it wouldn't work out, but I learned through doing these videos, actually, that it's different. It's a different medium than acrylics. Whew. All right, so I'm gonna put in some green. Do you see how it's coming along? You guys have any questions? Just post them. I will look on occasion here. Okay. Now I don't want it this bright. See, this is like too bright because I want to dull it down. So I'm actually going to add a small amount of red. I know it's weird, but I'm going to mix it. This red up here, I'm going to take some green. Okay, because green is a complementary color of, red is the complementary color of green, which just means it sits across across the color wheel. So it's like its neighbor. It's not its neighbor. It's across the street neighbor. All right, so I'm going to add in this green. Just really coming in. It helps. One, it helps to cover up my pencil line. Ta-da! Oops, I got a little carried away there. It went right on my pedal. There it goes. Okay. Now, see how much better that looks? It's not like this bright, whoa, look at that color type of thing going on. And the cool thing is this darker color comes right in, takes away my pencil lines. It's amazing. And I'm just adding more water because I don't want it super dark. Okay, I'm gonna take this leaf out that I thought I wanted, but I don't. Okay, and up in here I wanted to write thank you. So I'm gonna start to dilute my my paint so that it's a lot lighter up there so I can write thank you. So even if the green goes a little bit crazy and goes into my petals, it's okay, it's okay. No worries. All right, then up here I'm gonna add water because I truly don't want this as bright. See, you can still get nice and colored up there, but it's not near the brightness as it is down here, okay? This probably is a smidgen too bright, too much. The only way is I can water down and take it away. Okay, that's good. But I think I'm gonna add a little more darkness down in here. That's the other way you can fix it, is to add in more of this darkness. Like, oh, I meant to do that. I can tell you I didn't mean to. It's just a work in progress. This is just gonna be my thank you note. Okay, now I need, this was a bud of sorts. So let's put that on. I actually don't like it very well, but that's okay. No worries. We'll put a little more, oops, that was too much. A little more darkness down in here. It'll be okay. Woohoo, pretty, pretty. All right, one final thing. I really want my flowers to pop, okay? So what I'm gonna do, I think, is I'm gonna make my darkness a little darker. So down in here, I'm gonna take this, come in here and just make the darkness a little darker, but only underneath, because like this one, this is like the front and center, woohoo, look at me, superstar of the whole painting. So I'm gonna put this down here, because this one is down underneath, but this one right here is also, it's gonna cover up, it's gonna put some shadows down in here. This one will have some shadows. Remember, don't be afraid at all to experiment, because it is just a painting. That's all it is. It's a piece of paper, okay? If you've come this far, you can do it again, okay? So don't be afraid about, oh my gosh, you know, what if I make a mistake? Well, then you make a mistake, you know? Then it just becomes, that way doesn't work. You can either throw it away, or you can be like, Okay, let's, you know, how can I fix it? You don't have to, it doesn't have to be exactly like mine, and it doesn't have to be perfect. There is no such thing as perfect. Just so you know, thought I'd throw that out there. Okay, so now this is the time where I just kind of go in and fix things that I don't like. I really want the flowers to pop out. I want there to be more definition here. So I'm actually going to take a small amount of green and mix it with my red, but more red this time to make this a little darker. You know, don't truly experiment. Don't be afraid. You're not doing brain surgery. And you're not doing any of that stuff. So just kind of come in here and be like, I don't know, what would happen? What would happen if I did this, you know? Well, it could become totally amazing. It could be something that, you know, maybe wouldn't make it on Mom's refrigerator. I only say that because everything makes it to Mom's refrigerator. So I'm just pulling out, this is the darker, so this is where I've added some green to my red to really deepen the color. See? And then I want a little more red for the outside. So I'm just kind of gonna, gonna really pull this in. Ooh, there we go. See? If you don't like it, take a little water, pull some of it back off. Oh, that's much better. That's the cool thing is you can take this back up. Just take some water and pull this back up. Okay? No worries. I will experiment for you. Okay. Last thing before we call this done, I'm going to come in here and really put in some pretty intense color. Because if you want to take your paintings from good to great, you have to be willing to do the more intense, darker colors. I don't really care for that, so I'm gonna kind of put that over there. Have fun with it. You have to start laughing at yourself. If you learn to laugh at yourself when people say things, it doesn't bother you. Just make fun of yourself right along with them, because nobody's perfect. What do you think? Yes? No? Would you like to get something like this in the mail for your thank you card? I think I would. Okay. Oh, I have to write thank you on it. So what are your thoughts? Yes, no? This right here I really, really don't like. Let's see if we can't get that to come up. Oh, look, it did. There we go. That's better. I just did not like that thing that I did. Crazy, huh? There. All right, now I'm happier. Okay, let's write thank you with a Sharpie. Maybe. Oh, there it goes. Okay, so for this I have to kind of turn it because, you know, maybe I'll just write thank you. I mean, thanks. No, I think thank you. So how fancy should we write it? Yes, fancy? Well, that doesn't look too bad, I guess. if you just absolutely do not like your handwriting, I encourage you to find a font that you like on your computer, print it off, and then you can do the same exact thing that we did with the flowers and scribble on the back and then copy it onto here. And then you can just use a Sharpie to follow it along. And then if there's any marks left at all, just use your eraser. Make sure that your painting's completely dry so that you can erase. Otherwise, you'll hurt the paper if it's not dry. Well, it's kind of messed up there in the O, but I think it's okay. Yeah, there we go. That's what you get when it's a handmade card. I would probably maybe consider using a Sharpie around my flower, but I don't know. I kind of like it. So I think I'm not going to. Plus it's wet, so it'll just mess up my Sharpie. All right, let me flip you back so we can say goodbye. Yeah. So anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. Oh, and I didn't show you that, I forgot. I'm so sorry, but I'm not going to flip the camera again. So once you have your painting done, you can put the glue dots on all four corners. One in the center would be good too. Then they make these already cut, already folded, and I bought this box for when I want to make cards, like I made them at Christmas time. This box, I bought mine at Joann Fabrics. You can get like the 40% off coupon, and they're actually pretty decent. And it actually has the envelope. You get like a wide variety, or I think you can get the package that has just, if you like, just the same color. But I personally like rainbow colors. Anybody that knows me knows that. So anyway, so you have your little card. And it also has an envelope that goes with it that's already, you know, the right size and all that good fun stuff. So perfect box. I think Walmart has them. I did see them at Meijer, and then, like I said, Joann Fabrics. So you would put the glue dots on the corners. I'm sorry I didn't show you this while it was in the right view. And then you glue dot it down, and then you can have this. Now, if you don't want to write on the purple or red or whatever, you can also take one of these and glue it on the inside too, and then you have a white sheet, or better yet, you could actually print them off on the computer if you're doing Christmas cards or whatever. Stick them in here and it's all done. Okay, all you did was a handmade card. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. That actually turned out very pretty. I love it. And remember, we just took this, we used it as a template, but then we just use it as a reference, okay? Because mine is, this is purple. This is kind of a reddish color, but I like the red better. So anyway, that's the whole little recap. Okay, so thank you for painting with me today. Tomorrow will be 8:05, also on Friday, and this evening, I'll have to post it on Facebook, but I'm gonna do like the box opening for the people that have the subscription box, so you know that what you'll be getting. It'll be lots of fun, and I'm excited. My very first subscription box. And those of you that want to pop on, you can see what you might want to sign up for next week. So anyway, thank you for painting my thank you card with me today, and I look forward to tomorrow. Go out and enjoy the weather. I hear, rumor has it, it's going to be 90, but thunderstorms tomorrow on Friday. So go out and enjoy your day. All right, I'll see you all tomorrow at 8:05. Bye.